What's going on, fuckers? On this video, I'm going to be giving you a live appointment setting training. Now, this is a completely raw training. There will be edits because I don't want you to, get into the super boring shit that won't actually help you. We're not here to fuck around. What I like to say is we're here to make money and change lives. So I don't know if you've seen other appointment setting training or whatever, but it's a bit scripted and all this other bullshit. This is raw. This is actually a Zoom call that was filmed in one of my calls that I have personally with the people that I work with. And we talk about a few things. We talk about what is outbound. So if you are someone that doesn't have that much knowledge on appointment setting or anything like that, this will be good for you because I'm going to be answering questions that you might have in the future. I talk about what is outbound. We do a bit of a role play. I answer some of my clients' questions and things like that. It's just a really good, valuable video. And I'm super fucking excited. So this is just a bit of a fucking introduction. The camera quality isn't amazing on the Zoom because I'm using my bad boy MacBook, and because Apple is a piece of shit, the camera quality is pretty shit. But I'm excited for this. If you guys enjoy, drop a like, drop a comment. If you did enjoy it, and I will maybe drop more in the future. But this is just a big value bomb. No bullshit, no fuck around, straight value. Let's get into it. Fuck yeah. See you then. On this call, we are going to be, me and Luke are going to be doing a little bit of a role play. So we're going to, what this means is a DM role play. So we're going to start it off different ways. He might message me first, I might message him first, and then we'll show you how the flow of conversation should go, and what you can say and things like that. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we'll answer questions that you guys might have. I know, you might have some questions, Declan.
100%.
Yep, dope, fucking beautiful. So while we wait, Declan, what's your first question for me?
So like what I messaged you, so I kind of messaged him, like sent him kind of my script, I guess
Mhm,
to say. And
mhm.
then he was like, yeah, good to hear from you, man. Do you do outbound? And then so I replied back with, yeah, I do outbound. I pretty much all activity on your account I will follow up with, and like kind of just went along that lines of that.
Okay. Yep. Did you so the way outbound works is it can work in a few different ways. Now, this is where it would be good for you to know because you could have asked them these questions.
Yeah.
Instead of just agreeing to it, you could say like, hey, like what type of outbound are you talking? Because
Yep.
people could do outbound in Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, emails, like outbound can be very broad.
Yeah.
So that's where you could have came and be like, yeah, for sure, I've done outbound. What sort of outbound, have you been looking for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, just so then you get a really good understanding of, okay, this is what I'm getting myself into. This is what he wants. So then you can answer things correctly. Okay. Really want to roll? You can do outbound, but still try and apply to those guys that,
Yeah.
try and get that inbound job.
Yeah.
Because it'll pay you good and you're gonna make a lot more money because it's consistent flow of people coming
Yeah.
to you rather than you going out to people, okay? What we would do is, do you guys see the chat? The chat in Zoom?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Okay,
Hmm.
beautiful. You got that, Luke?
Yeah, I got mine up.
So this is where we're going to be doing that little bit of a role play. Um, we'll just keep it super raw. Nothing of this was planned. So we'll just jump straight into it. Let's say the situation is, Luke, you are appointment setting for a fitness coach. Okay. And I have just followed you. Okay. So I've just
Yep.
followed the coach. Okay, guys. We've talked about that in the course. I followed the coach. I am a lead. Now the appointment setter is going to message me starting the conversation.
Okay, beautiful.
This will be a very, very like you guys will see it in action. What we're going to be talking about in here and what he's going to be saying and stuff like that is stuff that you need to take and then also use in your own DMs. Um, because we found the way this kind of works best. But when he sends that message, we'll get it going. So this is how we started the message. Okay. So remember, I'm a brand new follower. Okay. We haven't talked before. He's messaged me, hey, bro, really appreciate the follow. Okay. So he's initiating the conversation. How are you, brother? All right. That is just get a conversation started. You don't want to be too forward straight away. Just a super random message. Yeah, good man, bit stressed. So right now he's going to be and like using some probing questions. So he's going to acknowledge this and then he's going to move forward because we don't want to stay in the same place for too long. So he'll reply. Okay, so he's acknowledged it. What a lot of people do in appointment setting is they're too focused on the sale. Okay, they're too focused on getting to that sales call. That's good. You can get there, but you need to realize that I'm human as well. So the person that you're talking to is human. Okay, so I just said I'm stressed at work. Okay, so he's acknowledging that. So to hear that, what has you stressed? So I've just answered that question. Okay, this is how it will go. These the answers that these guys will give you won't be hard things to answer. They're people. So he'll probably say something and then the conversation will start to escalate. And yeah, sorry, Luke, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. But it's good, because when you're an appointment setter, you get messages that you don't expect, so you need to learn to adapt. Okay. Obviously, you would have a bit more time than what he does. He's a bit on the spot right now. But you learn. So what he's doing right now is he's going over the conversation in his head. Now, this is something that I taught him. So when you're having a conversation with these people, it's important to know the message that you're sending is the correct message that you should be sending. Now, what I mean is you can send a message, but you need to think, okay, if I send this message, will it lead to a dead conversation or can the conversation keep going after I send this message? So before you send a message, look at what the person said, whatever that may be, and think, okay, how can I acknowledge this, but also ask another question to keep the conversation going? Okay, that's an important skill to have. You will need that for any role that you take in appointment setting, is the ability to be able to adapt and get the conversation flowing as best as it can.
I've deleted this 3 times because what I'm doing is I'm taking what Nathaniel said and implementing into my next message. So we don't want to be we want to be taking, as you said, taking note of what's been written and then implementing that into the next message. We don't want to completely discard what has been said. So I'm wording that in a way that the potential prospect notices that I'm resonating with them or being able to feel what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
How many sentences do you normally put that into? Do you like 1, 2, or is it just kind of how it feels natural? You feel natural.
For me personally, it's usually 1 to 2 sentences. I wouldn't go any more than that, to be honest, because you don't want to overload the person.
Short and
So,
sweet.
yeah, so for instance, in this example, my fitness has been bad, to be honest. I feel a little shit with the health side. So to me, that's only like a 1 sentence. He's only sent 1 sentence. So I'm not going to follow up with
A big
3
paragraph.
or 4 questions.
Yeah.
I'm just going to follow up with a quick statement. So the health
Match
side
their
is
energy.
is playing with you at the moment.
Yeah. So pretty much just matching their energy at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me say this. So that's something.
Yeah. So an important thing, guys, to take note of is you do not at any case want to be sending paragraphs to these people. This is a mistake that I made when I was first sending messages because I thought, okay, I'm going to send, if they ask me a question, I'm going to send a massive paragraph because when our fingers are typing, we just can't stop it. But you need to learn before that happens that is not good because if you're having a text like this and then they just see a massive blob, they're like, oh shit, I'm not going to read that. And then most of them are going to leave. Okay. So try your best to resonate with them, but try and maybe if you can, maybe split it up between 1 and 2 messages, so it doesn't look so long. Okay. At the moment.
That was supposed to be over 2 messages, by the way, where the paragraph is, but I didn't send it over 2 messages.
Yeah, so you can see he would have sent that in 2 messages here. So the first one, so the health side is something that is playing up with you at the moment. Okay, and then you would have just kept going from there. I'm gonna say right now I'm going to the gym, but not that often. Not super motivated. Um, okay, so I just said right now, going to the gym, but not super motivated. I'm not going that often. Now, what he should be doing now is acknowledging, but he should also start to ask more of those questions that will lead to that book call. So he is an appointment setter for a fitness coach. It's a little bit hard because we haven't really clarified what type of fitness coach he actually is. But we're just going to be super broad with this. He's working for a fitness coach. The coach that you will normally work for is very specific with the people that they help. So then you can ask more specific questions. So you could be working with a business coach that helps managers get executive roles. You can be working with a fitness coach that helps overweight women lose 25 pounds. Okay, it's really depending on the offer. So this is a bit broader, so it's a bit harder to actually answer these questions. But at the end of the day, it's fine. That's great to hear. You're going to the gym already. Yep.
I haven't finished.
Yep. You keep going, man. I've not even read it yet. So you guys would have seen the ACA framework. That's what he's doing now. He asks questions, no, he acknowledges, and then he will normally ask that question. Okay, so he's acknowledged what I said. He's like, okay, you're going to the gym. Good stuff. Okay, so he's complimenting it a little bit. He's like, okay, he's making the conversation good for me to be in. Okay, he's making me want to keep messaging him because this is good. A lesson to learn right now as well with the emojis, send them every now and then, but you don't want to be spamming them with every message. Okay, because it seems over the top. He's only sent two emojis in the last, I don't know, 6, 7 messages. That's fine. Because what happens a lot is when people start appointment setting, they get carried away with the emojis. Let's get that out of the way now. You don't want to be doing that. Okay, so just a few every now and then. Okay, so he's just asked another question. Is there anything in particular that isn't motivating you? So he's asking those questions, and what the lead would do, so the prospect, is this would get into their pain points. Okay, so is there anything in particular that isn't motivating you? I just feel a little alone in the gym. Don't. So he said, is there anything in particular that isn't motivating you to go to the gym regularly? Now, the prospect, there's either 2 ways that the prospect will go about this. So me, the lead. They would go like this with a 2-word, like a 2-line answer, or they would give you a massive paragraph, just literally giving them everything. Okay. So exactly like the training that you watch, the appointment setting training, there are 2 types of prospects and you will encounter both. One prospect, so a prospect is a lead. One of them, super super straightforward, giving to the answer straight away. The second people, so the second lead, the second prospect, will give you everything, give you their life. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions so far? While he's typing these messages?
No, doing well. Good to see, like, how kind of the thought process is behind each message.
Yeah, obviously this seems super slow.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
it
because
feels quicker when you're doing it.
yeah. There's
Um,
also he'll read the message 100 times in his head too. Like, yeah, he's on the kind of on the spot right here.
yeah, I've definitely put him on the spot.
Yeah,
Um, but you can see the framework already. Let's say we cut the message
yeah,
off right now. You can already see how it will work.
yeah.
Okay,
The active framework. Yeah,
exactly. So if you guys work for someone and it's inbound, okay, which I'm teaching you, and
yeah,
someone follows that account that you are appointment setting for, every single time you will start it off like this.
yeah,
Hey, bro, or if they're not a boy, okay, just say, hey, really appreciate the follow. Start it off like that every time, okay? And then, how are you? How are you, brother? How's your fitness journey going? How's your business going so far? Just, you're getting that conversation started in these two first lines, okay? Um, I feel you, bro. So you're looking for someone to keep you accountable or someone to support you? This is an amazing question because he's taken what I've said here and he's been able to form it into a question to where he's about to pitch me. I can tell in the next three calls, in the next three messages, I'm on that call. Okay, because he's already started. He's like, okay, I've got a coach that helps you. He's about to he's about to pitch me. Use this as a good foundation. You don't have to copy it word for word, but be like, okay, I could say this or do this. So yeah, it's a good foundation to go off. Um, and you can see where literally, I know, let's say 9, 10 messages in, and in probably another few messages, he's gonna get me on the phone. Okay. If I was a lead, I wouldn't know that, but because I'm, teaching it, I know. Okay. So this is how quick you can get them onto the phone. You can get them onto the phone quicker in some instances, but this will be about the average time it would take someone to get on the phone if you ask the right questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm recording this by the way, guys. So hopefully it records all good. But I'm going to send this into the group so then you guys can go back on this later and then read the messages and things like that. Okay, use this as a resource. Okay. So yeah.
Does the recording like record the chat as well?
I hope so.
Yeah, I also hope so, so I can, go through it again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I'm gonna read this message and then I'm gonna ask Luke why he sent that message. So for sure, bro, so someone to keep you accountable and support you, as well as guide you in your journey throughout the gym to work on that fitness. Now, why did you send that message?
First part for sure, bro. So for me personally, the way that I word my messages is you'll see with the messages so far. So I say, "Oh, for sure, bro," or "I feel you, bro," or "That's great." So I like to build that little common rapport with the question, with the prospect or with the person. Where we're saying to them, "Okay, I understand what you're saying, or I can feel what you're saying," because you're building that emotion. Because ultimately, all sales are based on emotion, or all to get someone on a call or to support someone or to help someone, it comes from a certain point of emotion. So that's me just showing a bit of emotion towards that individual. Okay, for sure, bro. So someone to keep you accountable and also support you. So I said above, I said, are you looking for someone to, keep you accountable or someone to support you? Question on both. And because Nathaniel said, yeah, actually both, but also a bit of guidance. So I've restated, okay, so you are looking for that accountability and that support, but you've also said to me that you're looking for someone to guide you on your journey throughout the gym. And then I've gone back on a past message where he said his first thing that he basically said to me was, my fitness is bad and I want to work on the health side of it. so that's why I've sent that at the end. So I've said, okay, you're looking for someone to guide you on your journey throughout the gym to work on that fitness. So I could have worded that a little bit differently, but we're still getting that, you know, that emotion out of the individual and really trying to support them for their overall goal, which we saw earlier was that fitness, building fitness.
Yep. And again, this is just a fitness example, guys. But you can use these, like exactly what we're talking about, for any offer. Okay, so if it's not fitness, it could be business. How's your business going? How have things in that business gone in 2024? So anything that you need to, that you feel lost in, you know, it's the same thing for every offer. So right here, I've just said, yeah, exactly. Probably like 2 more messages or something. He's going to pitch me. Now, you can pitch in a few different ways. Okay, there are a few different ways that you can pitch. We're going to see what he can do. But yeah, there are a few different ways where you can say, okay, after everything that you've told me, I'd love to get on the phone. And we will go over those ways in other videos and, you know, in the course as well. But yeah, we'll see what he says. So he's pitched me just then. This is the pitch. It might not even seem like a pitch because it's so undercover. He doesn't say, all right, let's get on the phone. Okay, he says, I'd love to talk further. Okay, and he's asking me, this is important. You ask for their permission. You say, is this something you'd be interested in? Is this something that you'd feel comfortable doing? Is that something that you want to do? Okay, is this something you'd be keen on? Okay, and then he would say, great. And then he will send over the calendar link, which I'm going to have a video coming out this week on how to work the calendar and stuff like that. You don't need to stress about that too much right now. But in this instance, when I said for sure, yes, I'd love to, what he would do is say, great, here's my calendar, which is actually the coach's calendar. And then you're going to say, book in a time. Okay. And then I'm going to book in the time and then bam. Now I wait for the call to happen. Okay. Does that make sense, guys?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep. Amazing. Beautiful. So there would sometimes be more objections. Okay. So that maybe the prospect doesn't feel comfortable yet or things like that. But he has to go in a minute. So obviously I wasn't throwing him those objections. This was a very straightforward conversation, but probably, what would you say, Luke? A lot of conversations go like this.
I'd say this is a pretty good example. Like I've my personal experience, I've worked with a fitness brand before, and a lot of these potential prospects and people that are wanting to, I guess, change their physical appearance or change their life in terms of a fitness aspect. A lot of them will come to you with a direct problem. Okay, I want to lose 20 kg, or I want to be, can you help me work towards a marathon? They're just examples, for example. So we're looking and we're nurturing them into, ultimately, I can see where you're coming from, because at the end of the day, it's not you speaking, you're speaking on behalf of someone. So if you're going to think about it, this fitness coach, he's obviously in the past, he would have dealt with these people, he would have trained these people. So he's saying, okay, definitely, like, I know what that's like, or I've experienced that in the past. So we're really just building that rapport, that connection. And as I said, rapport is the biggest thing in sales, building a connection, building rapport.
What's rapport?
Rapport is something that you can, I guess, share a common basis with, and share a common feeling and emotion with. So, for example, if I was to build rapport with Freddie, Freddie and I might both have an interest in a certain sport or a certain activity. If I'm resonating with him, if I'm sharing my opinion or I'm sharing my values towards it, we're building that rapport together. We're building that connection, that relationship together.
You're looking for roles now. That's right. You're getting out there, getting that experience applying for jobs. Is that right?
Me,
Yep.
yeah, I'm starting to message just a few coaches that I've kind of seen for a few months now.
Yep.
That I've talked to in the past about other stuff and shit too. So kind of messaging them, seeing if
Yep.
it's something they'd be interested in, fitness and
hmm
like nutrition coaches kind of thing.
hmm
Yeah, they got so one's got 400,000, one's got 600,000 followers. So kind of just seeing if that's something they've had before, that's something they're interested to talk about.
Yep.
Like kind of just seeing if it works too, like what I'm saying,
hmm
and just kind of seeing that they don't like that I said this. My next message, I'll rephrase it and take that out. I'll put this in instead, so it feels more comfortable. You know,
Exactly. Exactly. And Freddie, that's something that you'll take as well. I know that this might not feel all make sense, especially at the start, because obviously, um, we would word things a little bit different to what you might if you were messaging someone. But at the end of the day, this is a framework that you can take and adapt to your own personality. Okay, so this is something that you'll take and then use it on your own. That's it. That's it, fuckers. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to gain some information. That was a no bullshit, literally one of the Zoom calls that I actually have with the people that are becoming appointment setters. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy that video. I tried to keep it as raw as possible, and I only cut out the parts where it was kind of silent while he was sending text messages and while I was sending text messages. But I cut it up for you so then you can just get information as quick as possible. If you made it this far, drop a comment below saying, I fucking made it. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you are wanting to actually be on that Zoom call with me and the other guys and make a fuck ton of money, like I said, change lives and make a lot of money, my calendar is down below. You can have a call with me. I can have a call with you. Okay, not with anyone else. Me, no team member, nothing, just me. And we can talk about where you are now and where you want to be. I don't pitch people or sell people or anything like that unless I feel like they are actually a right fit and they can actually get results and it is right for them as well. So if I don't think you are a right fit, no worries. I'll just help you out on that call. If not, maybe you'll be on a Zoom call with me. Who knows? But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Fuck yeah, peace out.